That ain't Vinny. It's not podcast. Oh, yeah, go. Hey,
Yeah, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Listen, man, a lot of things is happening. What's next for the Nets, though, man? We gonna get into Zion, you know what I'm saying, and all of the stuff. Oh, hold on. So yeah, fine. Um, so yeah, we gonna get into all that. Ja Morant, only 25 games. He showed the strap like twice. They only gave him 25 games. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I look at it for what it is. They said it was a toy gun. Adam Silver said, yo, look, he said it was a toy gun. I can't prove that it was a real gun. He said it was a toy gun. And he said it was a toy gun, then it had to be a toy gun. Why would I say it's anything different if he said it was a toy gun? But it looked like a real gun, but they said it was a toy gun. So shout to the Ja Morant and his PR team for making that go away with only 25 games. Shout out to Coach Ed, man. I'm running with him on Heart of the City on Tuesdays at 8:30. We be getting it in, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Jeffy. We miss you, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to NYG22. Shout out to everybody that's a part of that, man. Even the chat, man. That's loyal that be pulling up. You know what I mean? Shout out to Heart of the City. But yeah, man, Coach Ed, man, he be talking basketball for real, man. You more than welcome to pull up. Shout out to Rick Bremer, man. Yo, man, your boy, the locker room, man, he be getting cooked trying to talk about. He love playing that clip. Y'all hilarious. I always go look at his show to see if he play my clip, and he play that clip like he's funny as hell for continuing to play that clip. But I was serious about what I said. But I can't lie, man. That clip is funny. But shout to Barry, man. What's good, Barry? You know what I mean? Keeping my page lit. One of the best fans I know. He a KD fan. We always cooking for it because we seen KD taking a selfie with a fan. He was surfing like a few days after they lost in the playoffs. Like these players, you gotta know who hungry, who didn't get the contract yet. That's the kind of nastiness and grittiness that the Brooklyn Nets need. Players that didn't get their chance yet, that's looking for their chance. That's what we were doing. That's how we were building the culture. Dinwiddie, Karras, Jared Allen, Joe Harris, they were all come-ups in a team where they would pass something to prove, and they showed it playing together out there playing great basketball. You know? So we need that. And we get that from Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Nick Claxton. We get that same type of energy. I think we can get that same type of energy from Cam Thomas too. You know, shout out to Coach Ed, man. Thanks, man. You know, I'll be at it, man. I'll be trying to get to it, man. I'm trying, man. Thank you. But yeah, you know, Big Bremer said that clip is legendary, Breezy, but keep doing your thing, bro. It's all love, LOL. Yeah, nah, man. He was talking hella spicy, and I was just saying, like, yo, you ain't got no footage of the Lakers before LeBron, and you know that's why you're a fanboy and that. But his point was, even if that is the case, so what? And he's right, you know, so what? But I'm just saying the so what has levels. It's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Wherever LeBron go, you're a fan of that team. I'm a fan of the Brooklyn Nets, regardless of what players on the team is different. That's what I'm saying. It's not the same thing, you know. So I think team play fans that represent fanhood should separate themselves for team for play for fans that's only fans of players. And is there's a difference in rooting for a player and rooting for a team. But that being but even so, it's still in all fun. You know, no matter what kind of fan you are, it's still fun. It's still fun. So shout out to all the fans making it fun, whether you're a fanboy or a fan, you represent the fanhood, man. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Coach Ed said, "You in favor Dame coming to BK?" Nah, I think we lost him in that 2012 a trade we did with a loosely first round pick, which became this number 6 pick, became Dame Lillard, and he was the rookie of the year that season. I think if we were going to get him, we would have did it then. We missed out on Dame. He had a great career in Portland, never got but so far, never went to the finals. Did Dame go to the conference finals? I don't know. I seen him in the interview say that we want to go to Miami 3 times first, and 2 times he said it twice about the Brooklyn Nets second. I think he really want to go to Miami. I don't want to see him on a team playing, not believing in his teammates the same way he would if he was on another team. I don't want him on our team wishing he was on another team. We had enough of that. We had enough of that. If he's not 100% sure that he wants to play for the team, then we good. We don't need for him to play on the team. We'll do fine without him. I think that he's a great player and he'll be dangerous with the Miami Heat. And wherever he go, they're gonna be contenders. There's only a few teams that Dame will go to in his career. I think he feel like individually he did so much that he has nothing to prove individually no more. Or if he did, legend wise, he want to be remembered as an NBA champion. So I don't think that we get Dame. I think that he goes to a contender, but I don't think that it's the Brooklyn Nets. I think far as playoff teams are concerned, from what he's seen as a recent, we're a team still more of a playoff contending team more than we are a title contending team. And I think that Dame wants to be an impact on the team to make them title contenders immediately. And he mentioned us second, not first. We gotta pay attention to that. So, I feel like the draft is important. You know what I'm saying? With these new CBA rules, the draft is going to be that much more important. So let me ask the question to the chat. What was the last draft that was important to the Nets? Jared Allen, right? Before that, what was the most important draft for the Nets? Word. What was the most important draft for the Nets? Well, we got Brook Lopez, because we missed out on a lot of talent. But who do we acquire that's impacting our team to win like that? BG say Nets trying to get Bill. Bill got a big contract, man. I don't think that's a good look for us. And I don't know how many games Bill played for me to be high on him being on the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if that works for us, because he could be the number one scorer, but it's still a threat on the other side of the court of Mikal. I'd rather get an inside threat and try to score the ball in the low post opposed to scoring the ball on the perimeter again with another guard. So I'm not high on getting Nets on the getting Bill on the Brooklyn Nets, to be honest with you, BG. I'd rather go look another way. His contract is massive, and I don't think the Brooklyn Nets can take on another massive contract like that, being that we got Ben Simmons on the team and he's not producing. We got Mikal Bridges. We about to sign Cam Johnson, I believe, and I just don't think that it happens, to be honest with you. And that's what I'm saying. With the new CBA rules, it's going to be hard to do things like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to do that. We're going to get into that too. We're going to get into that and why this draft is so important. Coach Ed Gladney, Amazing World of Sports. Subscribe to his page too, man. Subscribe. It breaks down the game and from a coach perspective. So, some fans, and you're like, oh, how the fan can say this and how a fan can say that, but he's a coach. So, his perspective is not just listening to a fan, listening to a coach perspective. So, I think being on a panel with him on Heart of the City is dope for that very reason. He said Bleacher Report has an article saying Cam Johnson is the top target of the Pistons and Monty Williams. Would that hell yeah that concern us? You know what I'm saying? Cam Johnson played on the West Coast. Monty Williams is coming from the West Coast as a coach with the Phoenix Suns, and I mean, coach the same player. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah! It's bad for the Brooklyn Nets because they either get they well, it's not bad for us because we got Mikal Bridges. So I think we win on that side of it because we got Mikal Bridges. And Cam Johnson played with Mikal Bridges his whole NBA career. But I do think that Detroit is heavy competition for the Brooklyn Nets on getting Cam Johnson because of that relationship between coach and player, Monty Williams and Cam Johnson. But I think the relationship is stronger between Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. They call each other twin. So I think they close. So, yeah. Good question, though, man. But I got Mikal Bridges. I think they relationship, you know what I mean? And knowing that he can win. Like, you out there on the floor with him, you know what I mean? And Cam Johnson's career, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he ever led a team. And Mikal Bridges kind of want to lead a team. And I think Cam Johnson they will be looking for him to be the number one guy on Detroit Pistons. And I think it's just a better fit, a better 1-2 punch with him and Mikal Bridges on the Brooklyn Nets. But yeah, man, that's how I feel about that. Bill for Simmons and picks. Yep. I'm not even going to go. Yes. 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 Just yes, and then more yeses. So League Bremer say the Blazers will want to haul for Lillard, mainly a lot of draft picks because the Blazers already got a lot of wings, but not too many guards. So yeah, I guess a lot of draft picks they would. But I heard that we trying to trade up. So that's another thing. Are we trying to trade up? Are we going to try that? Are we going to trade up? He said money to the beach. Barry said money talk, though, because Pistons could give him more than the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. Money do talk. It depends on what, direction Cam Johnson want to go with his career. He want to go to where, he want to build with that chemistry with the player, or he want to build the chemistry with the coach. I think and that's going to be a tough decision on Cam Johnson. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I think I'd rather keep him on the Brooklyn Nets. We seen, like look at it like this: KD and Kyrie came together and was supposed to be like a 1-2 punch, and we seen what happened. The furthest they got was the second round for whatever reason, right? That's what happened in 4 seasons. Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson it's a 1-2 punch because of the chemistry they had before they got to the Brooklyn Nets. The chemistry, you know what I'm saying? The chemistry they had before they got together, before they got with the Brooklyn Nets. So the real 1-2 punch is going to be Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, and that's why I feel like Cam Johnson is going to stay opposed to going to Detroit. But I think he definitely going to have that meeting. He definitely going to have a meeting, definitely going to sit down, hear what they got to say, and like Barry said, money talks, so we'll see. We'll see. Coach said, I saw Bridges at a Liberty game last week sitting with Grant Williams from Boston. Have you heard any inches from B and Williams from Brooklyn and Williams? Nah, that was a surprise. I seen that too. He looked like he just had surgery on his wrist. Listen, Mikal Bridges be attending a lot of Liberty games. Shout out to the New York Liberty. And low key, I'm starting to become a fan of women WNBA, of women basketball. I'm becoming a fan because of the New York Liberty. And because of a friend I got. Shout out to my guy Trey. He he got a brand called Beta. And he, you know what I'm saying? He be going to the Liberty games with his daughter. And he said his daughter is into it. And man, it just make me want to take my daughter to the games. You know what I'm saying? Get my daughter into watching the WNBA. I already be playing basketball because I was doing it with my son. You know, I play basketball with my son, and then my daughter be playing with us. So, you know, I'm becoming a fan of the WNBA and women basketball, to be honest. Um, that being said, you know, shout out to Mikal Bridges, man. He's showing big support in the summertime. You know, the New York Liberty play at the Barclays, and he's showing big love. You know, he fits right in. We call him Brooklyn Bridges and everything. That's, you know, that's his nickname. Shout out to Coach Ed. He said, "Love my Liberty." That's a fact. Me too, man. I got love for the Liberty, man. That's all facts. Facts. They made me a fan of the WNBA for real. And my guy Trey. That's real. And my playing with my daughter in basketball. Like all of these, a combination of all of these things made me a fan of female basketball. You know, rest in peace, Kobe. Watching Gianna play basketball, that was had me, you know, really kind of interested too. And that rivalry with that what's her name? She Amadu. She, I think, played for LSU. Her and her teammate is a rapper. I think Flo J. Angela, I think her name is Angel Reese. Yeah, her too. They making me fans of the women basketball too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's a few women that get me interested in basketball. You know what I mean? So I played basketball with a girl before too. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I tell y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? I play, you know, and I kind of second guessed her. I remember we was playing. This was a while ago. It was like a kid, like maybe a teenager, and I had grabbed the rebound over, and I went back up, and she blocked the shot. Like they was like the gym was like, "Oh, you gotta block the shot." It was funny. I was kind of embarrassed or whatever. I mean, she was blushing or whatever. I was just like, "Oh man," it was awkward. But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to female basketball, you know what I mean? They got hoopers, you know. There's a lot of men that'll be arrogant and say, "Oh, these WNBA players can't beat me." Yo, these WNBA players will whoop you. They will whoop you. Could you beat a WNBA player? That or I should put a poll in the chat for that. Could you beat a WNBA player? That's funny. But yeah, man, shout out to the Liberty. They hooping. Mikal Bridges, I think we keep him. Nick Claxton, Cam Johnson. That's the core. And then we work on getting players from the draft. We trade up. I'm hearing about Hood Shafino. I'm hearing about getting a point guard. You know, I'm hearing about Grant Nelson. You know, but I think they trade up. I'm not sure though. League Bremen says, since the Nets trying to draft up, which position do you think they need the most? I say a big man and a pure PG. Yeah, man. We got 2 draft picks, so we can either get 2 players or trade up and get a real good player. But you got this is what I'm saying. You got Jokic. He was a 2nd round pick. Jokic, you got to pay attention to that kind of thing because Jokic is a 2nd round pick, and he's the best player in the NBA right now. What? Somebody arguing with me? Y'all don't want to do that. Word, but so I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to pull up real quick. You know what I mean? Chop it up with y'all real fast. But yeah, man. I'm gonna come back a little later. Well, hold on. I'm gonna get through some of these comments first, though. Leak Bremer said Cam Thomas is an undersized 2 guard. He's not really a facilitator like that. Listen, I think he could hoop. If he work on defense, he got a place in the NBA. He's a bucket, so I think he'll find he just got to be on the right team to impact winning. I don't know if the Brooklyn Nets is best for that, but we just got a bunch of player development coaches, and maybe that'll favor Cam Thomas going into next season. In my opinion, I think he should start at 2 guard. My starting lineup as of now is Spencer at 1, Cam Thomas at 2, Mikal Bridges at 3, Cam Johnson at 4, Nick Claxton at 5. I want us to sign Naz Reid in the offseason, and Thomas Bryant in the offseason. Those are 2 players that can help as a power forward that with nastiness and grittiness that I feel like we need. So that's how our lineup. I think we could keep a DFS that gives us a big lineup. We don't need to get no bigger than that. Pause. But those are the 8 players. I feel like that's very feasible. The lineup could look like that going into starting next season. Adding Thomas Bryant and Nas Reed. Thomas Bryant wasn't getting no minutes. His team just won the championship. He won the championship. He went from Washington to win the championship. Can you believe it? They gonna make a story for Thomas Bryant. So I'm saying that to say that, listen, Thomas Bryant, he not getting no minutes, and he like in the place of his career where he need to get minutes. You want to see him. You want to see him play. You know, you want to see him play. Hold on. Bro, my fault. But yeah, I think Cam Thomas would be good, man. I just think he need more size around him, and that it happened with Nas Reed, Thomas Bryant, and keeping DFS in the offseason. I like the roster if it look like that. I think we're a strong team if we look like that. You keep Cam Thomas, and you keep him as a scorer, not making him the point guard, making him the scorer more than a facilitator. That's how he impacts winning, scoring, not passing. He needs to be on the right team for him to, fit and be cohesive with his teammates. Lee Bremer said that's facts, Breezy. I used to work with this girl who was only 5'3", but was being recruited to D1 schools. She was tough. Yo, man, girls go hoop, man. Girls go hoop, man. Coach Ed said, took my daughters to a few Liberty games back in the day. Rebecca Lobo was a beast. Shout out to Coach Ed. Been pushing the culture for the women to, WNBA. Shout out to that, man. That's huge. Coach S also says, go watch Liz Cambridge dominate a couple guys she was balling against. I love the body, her fine ass up. Yeah, Coach A out here, she trying to get to it. Shout out to Liz Cambridge. This is Cambridge. It's all up. BG said, can't wait until next month. July 1st, KVN fan game. Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier 2. Pull up, be there or what? Be square. We out here. But again, I only pulled up for a hot minute, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be back a little bit later. Can't call it, won't spoil it. But remember, July 1st, 1 o'clock p.m., Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier 2. We out there. We out here for show, my man. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Word. Peace, y'all, man. Have a good one, man. I'm going to give it y'all in a little bit. Facts.